California Governor Gavin Newsom's calling a judge's ruling overturning his state's 32-year-long assault weapons ban a disgusting slap in the face to those who have lost loved ones to gun violence. The judge for the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of California ruled restricting assault weapons is unconstitutional and that firearms are, quote, fairly ordinary, popular modern rifles. It was one of the more eye-popping parts of this judge's opinion. He wrote, like the Swiss Army knife, the popular AR-15 rifle is a perfect combination of home defense weapon and homeland defense equipment. He went on to say, they aren't as deadly as we've been led to believe, writing this, quote, one is to be forgiven if one is persuaded by news media and others that the nation is awash with murderous AR-15 assault rifles. The facts, however, do not support this hyperbole, and facts matter. But there is no question that gun violence, and AR-15s in particular, are an epidemic in this country. The deadliest mass shootings in recent years have been because of assault weapon-style machinery, claiming the lives of hundreds of our neighbors, moms, dads, and kids. Joining us now, Fred Guttenberg, gun safety advocate. His daughter Jamie was killed in the Parkland school shooting in 2018. Claire McCaskill is still with us as well. Fred, I follow you on Twitter, and every time I read your tweets, I have the same thought. How does he do this? How do you find the strength to speak out against insane rulings like this and this fight that I think Governor Newsom about 10 days ago said is starting to have a sameness and a numbness that we cannot let set in?
Well, good afternoon to both of you, and thank you. You know what? Here's how. Tomorrow evening, I should be at a graduation with all the other seniors, and my daughter should be getting her diploma, and she won't be. We'll be instead there to collect an empty box, what they call a shadow box, because my daughter was murdered in school. And you know what, Nicole? As long as this insanity continues, as long as there's the opportunity and the chance for us to be better than this and for us to do more than this and for us to start saving lives and to call out the BS of this judge, because the only thing he said is facts, that it was honest and accurate, is facts matter. As long as I have a chance to be a part of saving lives in this country, I can't stop. I should have been doing this before it was my kid, and I wasn't. I'll never, ever get over that guilt, but I won't stop now.
Fred, first of all, thank you. And I can get choked up thinking about you and other parents and this high school graduation that is empty in so many ways. Talk about the percentage, talk about facts, talk about the percentage of Americans that want to do away with weapons that make us stand out from the rest of the world in terms of their ability to kill so many human beings in the flash of an eye. Talk about the popular support to do away with this weapon that this judge is ignoring at this point.
No, listen, I am so glad you asked that question. Listen, the past two elections, okay, in 2018, we elected a Democratic House. In 2020, we elected President Biden and Vice President Harris and a Democratic Senate. And it's in large part on this issue. There is not another issue in this country that you will see 90% support on doing something about gun violence the way we see it here. There is not another more bipartisan issue in this country that Americans are demanding change on. You know, listen, and this judge, I think, actually for me laid out the framework why voting matters and why change has to happen, because he used certain phrases. I mean, he literally, this was written by the NRA, okay? The idea that in the first sentence, he compared it to the Swiss Army knife, okay? If a Swiss Army knife were used at my daughter's school, she'd be alive today. She was on the third floor. I have the photos and the video of what happened in that school. A Swiss Army knife would not have killed her. That's number one. And the use of the word common, that is the gun industry word that they want everybody to buy into. And I want to remind everyone, Jamie was born in 2003. In 2004, the assault weapons ban ended. These were not common weapons. We went through years following that where they said, it's going to be for hunting, it's for sport. But the industry produced them at rates far higher than what was required and pumped and flooded our streets with these weapons so that they can now say it's common. And now that they're calling it common, their goal is to get the Supreme Court to say we should make them permanent. Hell no. Too many people die, okay? And enough is enough.
Fred, your tweet this morning is about Father's Day, and Claire talked about getting choked up. I'm going to read it. You tweeted this: "It's almost Father's Day. Rather than celebrating, I'll spend Father's Day working to prevent other dads from losing children to gun violence. I need your help. Sending a message to D.C. Let's make Dads for Gun Safety the biggest hashtag of all times with 1 million retweets. Let's do this. How can we help you?"
You know what? I want that hashtag to blow up. I believe in democracy. I've been listening to your program for the past hour about everything with Manchin. And you know what? In spite of him, I believe in our democracy. And I believe we can send messages to those we elect to be better and to do more. And I asked for 1 million, of imprints of the hashtag Dads for Gun Safety. Let's make it 10 million. Let's show Washington, D.C. that it's not just moms, it's not just kids, it's also dads. Let's show them, because you know what? Moms and kids have been amazing fighting for gun safety. Dads have not stepped up as much. Let's show them that dads can be, they can be gun owners and for gun safety. That's all I'm asking for. And let's force the Senate to pass the legislation that the House has already prepared for them and voted on. And let's give our president the chance to vote on it. To sign it. Hashtag Dads for Gun Safety. Let's send a message to Washington, D.C. Again, we're still in this COVID place. We can't have a march on Washington, but we can send a message. Let's do this.
We can all reach to our phones. Fred, we'll keep an eye on that for you. And Claire, thank you for spending some time with us. Thank you both for rounding out this hour and talking to us. The next hour of Deadline White House starts after a quick break. Don't go anywhere.